Welcome to day 4. Welcome to day 4 of the Stronghold Challenge. All right. Now, guys, remember, I've done all this stuff. I've done this stuff over and over. I just keep coming back to it because, the reality is life just keeps going. Life just keeps happening. If you ever saw that, the documentary by Jonah Hill, it was kind of weird. I didn't watch it for a long time because Jonah Hill documentary series, wasn't sure, but it's called Stutz. It's about him and his therapist, and Dr. Stutz says that there's 3 aspects of reality that as humans we can't avoid, and I agree with them. And I think there's a lot of this training that helps us to work through these things. And the 3 aspects of reality are, check this out. The 3 aspects are pain. Can't get away from pain. People are going to hurt us. People are going to die. It's just the reality. And then some people say, well, why does God let bad things happen? Well, you know what? God doesn't promise us that life won't be easy. He just promises us that he will equip us with the tools that we need to get through it. And so these are the things that we're working on here from a human level, right? A human level, and when you attach that to faith, man, God just rubs his super on your natural and things get good. But anyways, the 3 aspects of reality. Number 1 is pain. Number 2 is constant work. You can't get to a point where you aren't doing some sort of constant work. Why is that? Because we are all meant to grow. We're meant to continually be growing. Does that mean you'll never get out of your job? No, that's not what that means. Constant work means work can be a lot of things. It could be working on your golf game. I mean, if you want to retire and just play golf every day. Although, I don't recommend that because you will lose interest. But working at something, working towards something, growing as a human being, right? So pain, constant work, and the last one is uncertainty. We're just never there's gonna be things that we just don't know. And our mind will always trick us to thinking that we got to figure everything out before we even start. It's another deceptive lie, right? But anyways, 3 aspects of reality, off base, but this is why we're doing this stuff. So hey, day 1, you took ownership. Then you spotted your stronghold. You've traced it back to the roots in the origin hunt. Now it's time for something new. Exposure, practice. We're going to do the work where the rubber meets the road. Here's what this means. Strongholds thrive in the dark. As long as you leave them unchallenged, they'll keep running the show. But the moment you bring them into the light, when you expose them and test them, their grip starts to break. I'll give you an example. For years, I carried the stronghold of doubt. The voice that said, what if this doesn't work? You guys know that one? What if you're wasting your time, Mike? That voice stopped me from starting projects, from stepping out in faith, from taking risks that could have changed my life. Literally. One day I decided to flip the script. I asked, what if the opposite is true? What if this actually works? And I said it out loud. I doubt the doubt. I choose faith. This might sound small. I get that. It might sound small, but that one moment of exposure collapsed the logic of doubt. Instead of freezing, I took action. And that action gave me the proof the doubt was lying. All right, that's what today is about. Exposing your stronghold for what it really is. They're all lies. So here's your assignment. Take the stronghold you identified earlier this week. Step number 2, write it down again, word for word, just the way it shows up in your head, exactly the way you hear it every day. For example, I'll never be enough. Whew. Right? Just write it down. Then, step 3, run it through one of the drills from your Stronghold Exposure Workshop bonuses. Fear to fact. Turn fear statements into factual truth. Doubt the doubt. That's what we just talked about. Flip doubt on its head. Confession or boundaries. If you're working on shame or scarcity, use those tools. So 4, finally write down the truth statement that dismantles it. Example, I doubt the doubt, I choose faith. Or the truth is, I am enough in Christ. I put in Christ here, but I am enough. You are enough. Wherever you're at, whatever you're going through, you are enough. You want to, again, I told you about rubbing some super on your natural. I am enough in Christ. And wow, you add a lot more power. You add all of the creativity power that backs the whole world to you are enough when you stand in that position, right? On your worksheet, answer this prompt. Write the original stronghold statement, then write the truth statement that dismantles it. And remember, there are resources that are here to help you. If your stronghold is fear, go back and watch the fear workshop again. If it's shame, doubt, or scarcity, go to that training. You may see some of the drill. There's lots of stuff in the drill masterclass. And I think we've got the vault starting to open up as well, and you can look at some recorded calls. But go to the training. Each one gives you language and practical drills you can use right now, today. Right? This is what we're doing. Practical stuff. Practical stuff. This isn't willy-nilly woo-woo stuff. You need to do the work. Right? You need to do the work. If you want the result, you want a change in your life, you need to do the work. Doing the same thing will lead you to where you're at right now because you've been doing that for a long time. So do the work. Trust me. Stay with me here this week. This is your first rep with the weapon. Don't skip it. Don't rush it. Don't skip it, but don't rush it. Do the work. Submit your worksheet. And tomorrow we'll take it even further. We'll test that truth in real life, IRL. See you tomorrow.